Hi, hello Sei Sen School. My name is Ben Moores, and I'm the author of the book Little Rockin' Roger and the Magic Glass Guitar. And I believe that you've read this book recently with your teacher, Miss Kira, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Miss Kira sent me a video, and you always dancing to the book, and yeah, it's really nice to see. And if anything, I'd like this book make you want to be creative and make you want to write a song, write a poem, write a play, um, to act, to play an instrument, just to do anything that's creative. Okay, whether that be outside, inside, on a piece of paper, or with your friends, for you to bring something into this world. Okay, that's a really nice thing to do, and all you have to do is try. Okay, and that's what I'd like the book make you want to do. Okay, all right, so let's talk about a little bit about me and why I wrote the book. So basically, I just wanted to write a book that wants to make children be creative, and that's what I hope it made you do. And I thought a little boy moving into a new house where it's maybe a little bit scary, and finding an instrument and learning how to play it and writing his own song would be kind of cool. But I wanted to make the story interesting and to make it a little bit mysterious. So the reason why the guitar is made out of glass, um, there is no real reason. It's just to make it a little bit peculiar and a little bit different. Because if it was just a normal guitar, it would be less interesting. So when you're writing a story, it's always good to make certain things a little bit different because that makes people interested in your story. Okay, and the guitar was magic. Okay, so the guitar basically would be able to play beautiful songs for Roger without him really learning how to play it at first. But then you realised later on in the story the guitar wouldn't work, and he had to write a song, and then the guitar would work. So the guitar was kind of rewarding him for his hard work and effort in writing a song. Okay, all right. So let's talk a little bit about storytelling. Okay, so all stories have to have something called conflict. And what conflict means is that something has to be wrong, or something has to be fixed, or something has to be kind of sad and then it becomes happy. Okay, so Roger's moving into a new house. Okay, and he's scared. So we have a little bit of conflict there, a little bit of sadness. Okay, and Roger gets to know the house. He gets to know that there's a magic guitar, and he becomes a little bit happy. Okay, so you have a little bit of something called resolution, where he finds happiness through something or someone in the story. Um, okay, so let me answer a few of your questions first, and then we can go back to storytelling. Okay, so what was the type of guitar? So it was an acoustic guitar made out of glass. Okay, why did the guitar stop glowing? Well, the guitar stopped glowing because the guitar wanted to show Roger that it was magic, and then once he knew it was magic, the guitar then would stop working because then it would want Roger to do something to make it work again, and he had to figure that out, and he figured it out that perhaps if he wrote a song, then the guitar would see that he put some effort in, and then give him a reward. Okay, so why are the ghosts there? So I'm happy you noticed the ghosts. So why are the ghosts there? I don't really talk about the ghosts. So when an author puts something or an object into a story and doesn't necessarily mention the object or thing, he's setting that up for later on. So you might notice with Harry Potter books or with Marvel films, you'll notice something in the film and then it might not be explained until the second or third film. So my plan as an author would be to address the ghosts in a second or third book. And I might even address why the guitar's made out of glass. I might think of the reason why it's made out of glass in the second or third book and go back to that. So it makes you interested in not just the book, but in also the future of the books as well. And that's key to a good story. So when I wrote my book, was it checked for mistakes? Yes, it was. Now, it's only a picture book, so that means that there's not many words per page. Okay, it isn't like a big novel, it's just a few words per page. So basically, I had to have it proofread many times. So someone would proofread it and make sure that it reads right, and make sure that the punctuation's right, make sure the grammar's right, make sure the spelling's right, make sure it reads well, and then it's given back to me and I approve it and I change it a little bit. And I would say that happened with this book maybe 8, 9, 10 times. And that's just for a picture book. So you can imagine for a novel or a big book, an author probably has it proofread maybe 50 times. And he might be writing that book for a whole year. So when you pick up a book and think, oh, I could never write a book, we must realize that even the person that wrote that book rewrote that book many, many times. And it might have took them a year, 2 years just to write one book. And 2 or 3 people were involved in proofreading and making it look better. So it's not just one person, it's a team of people. So if you have a good idea, you should just go for it and believe in yourself. Okay, so why does the guitar have to be magical? Well, I think we talked about that. Why does a ghost live in the house? Because we don't have ghosts in our houses. So yeah, not so. In stories, sometimes you have things that aren't necessarily real in real life. I don't know if ghosts exist, but I'd like to put ghosts in a children's story because I don't want children to be afraid of ghosts if they do exist. And of course, that's why I made the ghosts quite friendly and interesting. You'll notice that in the story that the ghosts are eating marshmallows, and yeah, they're actually quite friendly. They're interested. They're just keeping the house, I guess, just keeping the house friendly for Roger. Okay, did an old man die or something? No, I don't know. Maybe. I think the ghosts are just there. They're just wandering spirits that found a house and decided to make it their home. Whose house did it used to be? Okay, so talking about before, that might be addressed in a future book, so who knows? Why does Roger need to move to a new house? So why does anyone need to move to a new house? There's a number of factors there why people need to move houses. Your teacher, Miss Kira, she lives in Japan, okay, but she used to actually live where I'm living now. I live in Dubai, and she's moved because she's changed jobs, okay, and it might be a time in your life where your parents get a job abroad and you have to move house, or they might not, okay. So Roger's actually moved house because I suspect his mum's got a new job, or his mum has decided to make a new life somewhere else. Who knows, okay? But Roger's had to go with his mum because, he's had to follow his mum, and he's not happy, but of course he will eventually go to a new school and make new friends, and I'm sure it will work out all right. Okay, so I've hopefully answered all your questions there. And of course, if you have any more questions or anything you want to know about storytelling, then don't hesitate to speak to your teacher, and I'll look to get back to you. But yeah, if I can have you do anything, it would be to just write a story, go crazy, and see what you can come up with. Okay, this little story, it's just there to inspire children to write their own. That's all it's there to do. Okay, so yeah, thank you very much. Okay, be well, and happy storytelling.